Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Syberia Design YouTube channel. Today it is Erica with you, and hi! We are going to be playing with the September challenge inspiration graphic. I was losing my words there because I'm just mesmerized by the beauty of this graphic. So we are going to be playing with some alcohol inks today, and these are the pearl inks. So we are going to kind of match it up as well as we can to the colors on the actual graphic. And luckily, I feel like these three are like pretty well matched. With the greens, it was a choice between two, and I decided to go for the kind of more yellowy green instead of the more bluey green. And then this one is fairly matched up with the kind of turquoisey. And this one could be a little bit more dark blue, but we are gonna make it work. Yes, we are. So we are going to be using Yupo paper today. This is alcohol ink cardstock from Ranger. This is already cut in 4 1/4 and 5.5 inches. So super easy peasy, ready. No, you don't need to measure or anything like that. We are also going to protect our work surface a little bit because alcohol ink is it stains a lot, let's just say. And these pearly ones, they make a mess. I'm just putting it out there. But, right, so I am going to be just adding these directly to the card panel, and we're going to be puffing it a little bit with the air puffer. So while I am doing that, I'm just going to go back to the challenge a little bit. So there's only a few days left to enter, so you have until the 30th of September at midnight UK time. So that is, I want to say, so 6 p.m. Eastern, which makes it 3 p.m. Pacific time. And the rest of the world, I don't know, because I'm not very good with numbers. But anyway, so if you create a new crafty project, a card, a tag, a scrapbooking page, or anything like that, inspired by the challenge prompt, the colors, or both, then you can enter this. So you can actually make up to 3 projects and enter them all. So you just gotta post your projects on whatever social media platform you're using, like your blog, Instagram, or Facebook, and then make sure you link up in the in links. Why can't I say that word? In links party. So I will link to the in links, oh my goodness, that was a tongue twister, in the description box down below. So make sure you do that. So one project is going to be the winner, and you will be getting a £30 gift card to spend in the Syberia shop. And then there will be 3 kind of highlights from the challenge as well. So make sure you enter, because you know you can win, and then you got pretty money to spend on pretty things. You know, you got free money to spend on pretty things, which we all like, right? So here I have created a bit of a rainbow, and then I thought, you know, I need a little bit of bling. Yes. So I sprinkled, like literally sprinkled a little bit of gold on top, and I'm not squeezing this out a lot, you know, I'm just kind of angling the bottle a little bit, and then for the big drops, I just kind of shook the bottle a little bit, and then for the little splatters, as you can see, I just tapped it with a bone folder. And then we're going to make some unicorns! So this cute set is called Always Be a Unicorn. Super apt name for this set. And we're going to stamp this up onto Copic friendly paper, because we're going to be doing a little bit of Copic coloring. However, I had an idea here. So I'm actually going to be using fade out ink. You can use whatever ink you have, basically, because we're actually going to heat emboss on top of these once we're finished. But the reason I went with the fade out is so that in case for whatever reason it doesn't line up super properly, even though I am going to leave my stamps right as they are in the Mini Misty, so that I can make sure, hopefully, I can line this all up super perfect once I've finished coloring. So I'm going to be just speeding through the coloring a little bit, because it's very simple. It's not sort of like overly detailed, I'm just trying to add a little bit of shading and kind of shape to the unicorns, and then they're getting a colorful mane and like little details are, we're going to highlight those as well. But the outline of these unicorns are going to be heat embossed in gold to make them sparkle, because, you know, a unicorn can't be dull, can it now? So I feel like with the coloring here, it doesn't really matter if it's like super duper perfect, because we are going to cover this up all day. Cover up is maybe not the right word, but do you know what I mean? We're going to elevate these unicorns with the gold heat embossing. So first we're going to be going very, very generously over the coloring here with the or any type of an anti-static tool. So I have actually left these to dry overnight so that the paper is really, really dry, but I also live in a humid climate, so I need that extra help with the anti-static. So the genius, obviously, with a stamping tool, if you leave your stamps where they are, you will have no problem lining them up, unless you shift the paper, of course. But I have hopefully done a really good job here lining mine up. And then we are going to use the delicious rich gold embossing powder, also from Wow. This is the one I use the most. I absolutely love gold heat embossing details. It's such a simple thing to do, but it really just adds that little I think, anyway. Now here, I really should have put the piece of paper under my cardstock before I sprinkled the paper on, and I would say you live and learn, but apparently I never do, because I'm not exactly a novice with heat embossing, but there you go. Okay, so heat tool nice and hot, and then we're going to quickly melt that, and then you would just see just what it just takes these unicorns from like cute to like extra cute, I think, anyway. I think that those gold embossing details is just like yeah, definitely the icing on the cake. So then we're going to cut these out with our coordinating die cuts, and I love that they are already pre-cut, ready to go. You don't have to like fiff out with any of the cutting and, you know, poking yourself, which I always do. You would think by then now, you know, I would be better at that, but I'm not. So if you do that too, you are not alone. Okay. So here we have our 4 cutie pie little cute unicorns, and I actually colored 4 thinking that, you know, maybe 2 would be enough, but because I also have a problem with reining myself in, I will use all 4 of these on my card. But I did remember before I started puzzling this in that, you know what, a sentiment is a good idea, isn't it? Yeah. I know, I can't believe I got to this stage and not thought about a sentiment. But we are going to heat emboss this one as well, in order to keep everything kind of cohesive. And I couldn't quite decide which one of these two to do. So I thought, you know what, I have space here on my leftover cardstock. So I thought, why not do 2? And then kind of see which one feels like the right fit. So these are, as I said, they're also going to be heat embossed. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to use the anti-static tool, we're going to use our embossing ink, and then we're going to use the rich gold, and then we're going to set this quickly, and these are going to be trimmed down. And then we have 2 sentiment strips to choose from. We have 4 little cutie pie unicorns, and then we have 1 super colorful background. So with the alcohol ink, I did let this sit to dry for a little bit because I didn't want the gold to smudge, sometimes when I feel like when I layer the top a little bit, it just kind of, it takes a little bit longer to dry, and I just wanted to make sure that it was definitely not going to smudge. But when I was sure everything was dry, we just puzzled this together, and I was surprisingly kind of, you know what, yeah, we're just going to go for it, because usually when it comes to the puzzling, I'm like, oh, I question myself, and then I'm like, oh, do I go back? Do I change this? Do I change that? And this time I was like, nope, this way. We're going to have 2 on the top, we're going to have 2 on the bottom, and then we're going to have sentiment in the middle. And then, because this wasn't blingy enough, I know, I can practically hear like my whole village laughing at me. I decided to add a little bit more bling because, you know, unicorns and a sparkly background, and it's a birthday card, you know. If you can't go big for a birthday card, when can you? So I decided to let my blingaholic loose. And I must say that, you know, even for somebody who I'm a chronic over-blinger, I feel like it works. Maybe it wouldn't work with like obviously for a sympathy card, maybe it wouldn't. But for a birthday card, I feel like, yes, right level of bling, sparkle, shimmer, and unicornness. So yes, we're gonna add these, and then we're gonna put this onto a card base, and that is basically the card done. And it shimmers like super nicely with that pearl in the background, and then it picks up the little gems, it picks up the heat embossing, and those unicorns, I mean, they could honestly not be cuter. I really don't think they could be cuter. But this is my entry into the September challenge, so I hope you will find time to actually enter in the last few days of September. Fingers crossed, it could be you that win, but you won't know unless you enter, so do it, and I will see you soon again. Bye for now!